So don't go in the house. If you do, you'll leave with a grudge. Yet all the story is it's showing people who went in the house, they left, they died. You know, I seen the original, starred Sarah Michelle Gellar, and don't remember it because it was 16 years ago. It was 2004 when it came out. Ironically, the first case took place in 2004. Don't know if it's a continuation, if it references a situation happening in Japan. So I don't know if it's trying to connect with the original, but this is a reboot, as they say. But I was kind of into it, thinking, okay, not such a much of a horror film, but it seemed like a murder mystery, a cop thriller kind of thing, where it's just following these detectives, trying to, especially with the female cop there, the detective looking into the case. Every time she stumbles upon prior cases that took place connected to that house, we see the story go back to them. John Cho and Betty Gilpin, they're a real estate couple. And we had an elderly couple, the husband played by Frankie Faison. I remember him from the landlord in Coming to America. There's a reference right there. For those of you who thought you recognized him, that's where he's from. And of course, the lady, her daughter, and her husband, they even showed it how she killed him. She showed how the older lady killed Frankie Faison's character, and we saw how John Cho and Betty Gilpin met their ends. What do I think about the film? It kind of like, just for some reason, this was like a letdown. It's like at the end, I'm like, okay, I saw that coming. Like, you're not gonna be able to shake off the grudge, and she thought that she was safe. Kind of leave on a cliffhanger where she's in the house. You saw little Matilda, and her mom is the one that grabbed her. So that means that the grudge is still there. It's very much alive. It is not the house itself, but there's some malevolent spirits, that taken over. They say it's the jinn, which is a very, very vengeful type of a ghost spirit from the Japanese, we call it culture, and from their, tales that are told. I've heard of a jinn. You see that type of a jinn in like Supernatural and other shows and movies. Not something to be messed with. And apparently it's something that you can't get rid of. So, you know, it was what it was. I was into it. Like I said, it was like a good murder mystery type of feel to it, a thriller. And then was I scared? Not even in the least. You can tell when they had those long shots, not long like you're panning out, but you're on a object for a long time. Okay, I'm like, okay, hurry up, jump out. The pool. I mean, the bathtub. Knew something was gonna pop out, right? It's just those type of things. It's cheap. It's like it's a cheap way of getting a thrill. I mean, a scare. We are, those of us who are savvy to horror films and how they've been made in the past, we know what's going to happen. We know that for example, if something pans to the left, I mean to the right, when you pan back to center frame, something's going to be right there. You go over here, nobody's in bed. Go like this. And you go over here, and there's some old lady looking at you, smiling menacingly, ready to rip your throat out. I mean, it's just like going to an old like haunted house type of thing that they have at fairgrounds and amusement parks or whatever, and you know what's gonna happen. It's like it's kind of old. It's just like, why are you going to reboot this, bring it up to date with 2020, and then it's just really very underwhelming. Like, you know, Wasn't a terrible movie because, like I said, I like you know them investigating, especially with the female detective investigating the cases and kind of seeing the backstory of each victim. But then after a while, it's just like, I've seen it before. You know, give them an A for effort. Their execution, they tried, but when it's a tired old formula, it just makes you think, why did you do that? Why did you have to do that and not bring something different to the table? You know? What did I think about the original? I mean, like I said, I only seen it once, and it was okay. I really can't remember, because it was so long ago. But please don't do the Ring. I think they're doing the Ring. Maybe they have already. I don't know. I'm trying to think. They're rebooting all these different things, and it's just like this is the thing. Before I'm not going to close with this. This is the thing about Hollywood is that they think that the youngsters out there, this generation, need a newer version of a classic. Why don't you just have them watch the classic? When I grew up, you know, my generation during my time growing up, nobody said that. Well, this generation wasn't alive when the Three Stooges were alive when they released their short. So let's start remaking those. They basically told us, watch these. They would replay them on TV. That's how I got to know about the Three Stooges because they replayed them on TV when they had that TV deal, and they started rerunning, playing them, and they were playing on a cycle. That's how I got to know that. Gone with the Wind. You know, all these classic films. The Wizard of Oz. I was born 30 years after it came out, and they would play it every Easter. That's how you do it. You don't remake something just because, oh, this generation doesn't know about the classic one, the one that came out like 16 years ago. So instead of telling them, watch this one, that way you'll know what a great movie is or what a classic is or what that is. No, they're going to just remake it because, I don't know. You can't do that. Can't go online and watch the movie. Or, go on these, streaming services and watch the classic TV shows on there. No, they're going to reboot them, remake them. What's the whole thing with the All in the Family and Good, and Jeffersons, and they had to do a one episode off thing of putting different actors in the roles of Carol O'Connor and Gene Stapleton, Sherman Hemsley and Isabel Sanford. Just play the classic ones. Just let the people watch those. The kids growing up. If I had kids, if I was married, I would do that. I would be like, okay, sit down. I want to show you something. This is good right here. Oh, but Dad, it's like, oh, it looks old. Trust me. Watch it. Okay, and let me know what you think. Don't know if they would like it, but at least I'm gonna try to show them. And not go, oh, since they're gonna remake it, I'll just take my kid to go see it. Take my younger brother to go see it. He wasn't born then, or he was too little to know, understand. You know, and that's just something that really Hollywood needs to do because they fail more than they succeed when they do these reboots. I don't even watch a lot of them. I haven't watched the RoboCop one. The what's that other one? What is that? The one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Total Recall. I didn't see that one. I think it was Colin Farrell was the one in that one remake. Didn't watch any of those because why would I? If I want to watch those, I'll check out the classic, the first one. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my thoughts and my review of the Grudge for Grudge 2020, not 2004. And it was a letdown in the end because it's pretty much just the same old thing. That's unfortunate. They could have easily done something different. I think I heard that this is based on the original film, so it's the same thing. Like it's the same feel, the same scares, the same jump scares, the same setups. You know what's gonna come out of the water. You know what's gonna come out from behind you. You know that the door is gonna open and something's gonna come out, kind of thing. It was very predictable. You know, but like I said, that's my thoughts on The Grudge, and For those of you who stopped by and checked it out, I appreciate it. And in closing, and as always, take care. Please remember to subscribe, click like, and click the bell icon for all notifications on this channel.